Good evening all. My name is Regina Joseph. I will be presenting on international compensation as a human resource manager for USC Global. USC Global has offices in Barbados, Trinidad, Guyana, Antigua, and St. Lucia. The company has recently opened an office in Mexico. Compensation is the amount of reward one gets out of the services offered to a company. Likewise, international compensation is the amount of remuneration one gets from offering labor services for a company which is not registered within the domestic jurisdiction. USC Global have established their existence in the Caribbean and has extended their wings in Latin America. The company therefore bases their compensation as per the international standards. The compensation is inclusive of basic salary, benefits, allowances, and incentives. The company recognizes that pay system must conform to local laws and customs for employees while also fitting into global multinational policies. When developing our international policy, USC Global seeks to satisfy several objectives. For example, various cultural values, local laws, social tradition, politics, and obvious variation in salary arrangement and different rates of inflation for our international staff. The policy must work to attract and retain staff in the areas where we have the greatest needs and opportunities. Hence, the policy is competitive and recognize factors such as incentive for foreign service, tax equalization, and reimbursement for reasonable cost. The main objective for a multinational firm with regards to its compensation policies. Some policies should be consistent with business strategies with the multinational company. It should facilitate transfer of international employees in the most cost-effective manner for the firm. There are two basic approaches used to determine an international compensation package. They are the going rate and the balance sheet approach. The going rate approach. This approach, the base salary for international transfer, is connected to the salary structure of the host country. USC Global will obtain information from local compensation surveys and decide whether local nationals, expirates of the same nationality, or expirates of all nationalities will be the reference points in terms of balance of benchmarking. With the growing rate approach, if the location is in a low-pay country, the multinational usually supplements base pay with additional benefits and payment. The balance sheet approach. The idea is to keep the expirate comfortable through maintenance of home country living standard plus a financial encouragement to make the package attractive. USC Global uses this particular balance sheet approach in international compensation to equalize the purchasing power of employees at comparable position level living in Mexico, and to provide incentives to offset qualitative differences between assignment locations. The approach links the base salary for parent country nationals and third country nationals to the salary structure of the relevant home country. Let's take, for example, our Barbados manager who is currently working in Mexico on the assignment. He would have his compensation package built on the US-based salary level rather than applicable to the TT dollar. The point is, foreign assignees should not suffer a material loss due to their transfer. Key differences in salary compensation for parent country national and third country national. Major differences in base salary between parent country national and third country national can occur in the employee package depending on whether the base salary is linked to the home country or the parent country or the third country national, or whether the international rate is paid. There is a tendency for multinationals to pay third country nationals and parent country nationals differently according to their home country based salary. This has a big impact on both international assignees. The difference in compensation may cause problems as it may result in international assignees being paid differently for performing the same job in the host location, according to their different home-based salary. Compensation packages. Multinational companies recognize the key components for compensation programs. The programs are regularly used by the human resource personnel to service the employees and to induce them to work harder. They include base salary, benefits, allowances, incentives, and tax equalization. Base salary. The most important objective of any multinational compensation plan is to adequately and fairly compensate their employees. The best base salary will advocate for a link between the reward and work. Base salary is simply defined as compensation provided to employee in exchange for performing certain job responsibilities. USC Global has designed a base salary structure that will attract, motivate, and retain employees on our assignments. Benefits. Some of these benefits include our compensation package, annual home leave of airfare to expirates and their families to go back to their home countries, rest and rehabilitation leave, whereby the employees are awarded airfares to travel with their families across the host country. Moreover, in case of any illness or death of the members of family, emergency leave and other provisions will be availed. Allowances and incentives. A wide variety of allowances and incentives such as cost of living, housing, relocation, education, home leave, and hardship. The cost of living allowances is the most popular form of allowance in compensating the differences in expenditure between foreigner and home country. In most cases, the COLA will also include the other form of payment such as personal income taxes, utilities, housing, and discretionary items. Multinational companies provide education allowances on some occasion to both parent countries and third country nationals. USC Global recognizes that children of international staff as an integral part of the society by educating them through allowances. The allowances cover items such as language class tuition, transportation, tuition, books, and food supplies, uniform and enrollment fee. Common elements of compensation package. It is important for multinational companies to understand the employment laws, customs, regulations, environment, and employment practices of the host country. Knowledge of employment and taxation laws, environmental and custom practices, effects on inflation on currency. This is critical information for the HR in a multinational complex. Importance: multinational companies should understand compensation policies in other countries. For example, they must understand the economic development of the international community is not the same. Also, it is important that they understand the role of the labor unions in the host country. And last but not least, knowledge on taxation policies. This is the end of the presentation. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to present.